Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the Starkside. While you're here, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. So today we'll be talking about the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home's Doc Ock. So first things first, apologies for the lack of content for the past few weeks. Things have just been super busy at work, so I took some time off here and there. But I'm glad I got the time to squeeze in this review for everyone. So here we have Doc Ock in this windowless packaging for Marvel Legends. So this is a deluxe Spider-Man No Way Home figure along with Green Goblin. So this is a bit pricier than the other figures from Spider-Man No Way Home. But anyway, here we have Dr. Octopus, and unlike other Spider-Man No Way Home figures, the design for this packaging is based on Spider-Man 2. It's got that warm toned color grading here that those movies are known for. And at the front here, we get the logo for Spider-Man 2, so that could imply that there's some form of legal issue if Hasbro marketed this figure using Spider-Man No Way Home, so maybe that's why we have this logo instead. Anyway, at the top, we get the MCU Spider-Man logo here. Then at the side, we get this digital render of the figure. Same at the other side. And at the back, we don't get any bio here, but we do get another digital render of Doc Ock, as well as the accessories that he comes with. And that's that. Alright, let's get Doc Ock out of the packaging. And here we have Doc Ock. Now before we talk about the figure itself, let's go over the accessories. Since this is a deluxe figure, it doesn't come with any Build-A-Figure part, so Doc Ock comes with 2 pairs of interchangeable hands and 3 pairs of claws. First off, looking closely at the fisted hands here, so these look really good. I like this brand that we get on the hands here, so no complaints here. Same goes for the open / grabbing hands here, so nothing to complain about here, so these look really nice. Then we have the 3 claws, and looking closely at the first pair here, I think this is done nicely. We get a lot of sculpted details on this, and the gunmetal gray looks really awesome. And the cool thing about this particular pair is it's articulated, so you can open it and close it like that. However, it's only this part here that's articulated. So I do wish it had more points of articulation, maybe around this point here in the middle, so it will be a bit easier to hold other accessories with the claw here. Anyway, this is also film accurate since it has the red paint here at the middle, which according to the Sam Raimi movies means that the claws are in control instead of Doc Ock. Unfortunately, the next 2 pairs of claws are not articulated, but they do serve some other purpose. Actually, it seems like the other 2 pairs here are actually just the same claws. They both go on the bottom tentacles, and the difference between the two is the way each pair is sculpted. So this next one here is sculpted in a curved way instead of being able to open and close. I don't really know why they chose to have 2 different sculpts of the same pair of claws instead of just adding articulation to it. If they added articulation in the middle, then they would have had the option to combine the 2 separate sculpts into just one pair and save up on their materials. Anyway, this pair still looks really good. I love the sculpted details that we get here. Again, the gunmetal gray looks really awesome here. And as for the other one, so this one is just open and sculpted to look like it's pushing against the ground. I think the purpose of this particular pair is to elevate Doc Ock from the ground, which I think is fantastic to have. It does get difficult getting him to stay this way because it does depend on what kind of surface you're using. If you're using a smooth surface like this one, it's going to be super hard getting him to maintain poses like this. Other than elevating him, you can also use these claws to steady him when you're doing a vanilla pose with the figure, because honestly, the arms on the back are heavy, so if you don't plant the bottom claws on the ground like this, he will fall backward. So, just a brief bio about this version of Doc Ock. So this is the same version that appeared in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 2. And based on the dialogue in Spider-Man No Way Home, this Doc Ock was transported from that universe to the MCU moments before he regains control of the arms and tries to shut down the machine he built before it destroys New York. And looking closely at the figure itself, so starting with the head sculpt, I think this looks awesome. I think it captures the likeness of Alfred Molina, although I do think the hair sculpt could have been better. Coincidentally, the hair sculpt of the Toy Biz Doc Ock was also an issue for me because it looked so messy, like he just woke up. As for the sunglasses, so I do think this looks good, but I don't think it's accurate to how it appeared in the films. I could be wrong. Also, I did see somewhere that you can remove the glasses here, like with the Matt Murdock figure. It seems to be pegged here at the side. I'm not gonna remove it for now because I'm nervous I might break it since it's a very small piece. Anyway, the rest of the figure looks awesome. So his outfit here is based on his appearance in No Way Home and has some very small differences from his outfit in Spider-Man 2. For example, I don't recall Doc Ock wearing a black turtleneck in Spider-Man 2, although he did wear a red turtleneck before his accident with arms. But yeah, I'm loving that we're getting this outfit here. I love what we're seeing here. I like the trench coat that we get here, so it's got the right shade of green from the films. It's got wrinkles at the side as well as sculpted details like the collar and the buttons, so that's great. We also get another coat inside, so this brown here, which is also done nicely. It has these zippers sculpted here, so that's awesome. And the turtleneck itself also looks great. It has some nice texturing on it as well. I do like that a lot. And here we have the harness for the tentacles, although it is weird that it's a bit lower compared to where the arm should be at the back. And also the pants look good. Again, nice dark green paint apps and awesome texturing too. His shoes also look great. Nice sculpted details here with the shoelace and at the bottom too. That's awesome. And of course, looking at the arms themselves, so these look amazing and very film accurate. This is exactly how they looked in both Spider-Man 2 and No Way Home. And the best part about these arms is they're very bendable. So I think they used bendy wire inside to increase the articulation of the arms. I do wish the material was a bit softer because even if they're bendy, they have a slight tendency to bend back to their previous position. But regardless, this is better than having them be sculpted and fixed to just one pose, so I really like what Hasbro did with the arms here. So overall, I'm loving the sculpt and paint apps on the figure here. Now let's go over the articulation for Doc Ock. So aside from the claw articulation that I showed earlier, Doc Ock can look up that far, and he can look down as well. His head does rotate, and we do get some nice neck pivot there. His arms move upward that far above the 90-degree mark, and he can bend them down all the way. His shoulders rotate 360. We get a biceps swivel, pinless elbows that are actually only single jointed, but they do bend in more than expected. We also get rotation here at the elbow, so that's good. His wrists do rotate and move up and down, so we get the same wrist articulation for all his alternate hands. He has a diaphragm pivot, but the articulation here is kind of limited, but still, it allows him to move sideways, bend forward, backwards, and rotate side to side. Unfortunately, the trench coat here does hinder the articulation a bit, so that's a bit of a bummer. Anyway, his legs can kick forward very far, but not so much backwards. His hips move outward very far. He has an upper thigh cut, pinless double jointed knees. His ankles move up and down, and he has ankle pivot as well. Now for some figure comparisons, here's Doc Ock next to some other characters from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy. So we have the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and Sandman. And it just makes me so happy seeing Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man next to Doc Ock here. And here's Doc Ock next to some other live-action Spider-Man villains. So we have the MCU Mysterio and Sam Raimi's Sandman. And fun fact, these three are actually part of the original lineup for the Sinister Six in the comics. And here's Doc Ock next to all three Spider-Man from Spider-Man No Way Home. So we have the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man, and the MCU Spider-Man, which for now I'm gonna be calling the Spectacular Spider-Man. And again, I just want to apologize for taking too long to get this video out. Next up is I'll be reviewing the Spider-Man No Way Home Green Goblin Deluxe figure. So that's my review of the Marvel Legends Spider-Man No Way Home's Doc Ock. So I think this figure has a decent amount of accessories. I think the sculpt and paint apps look pretty spot on, and it has the articulation that I would expect from Doc Ock. So I do love this figure. And if you're wondering where I got this figure, so I pre-ordered this figure from Collector's Quest Philippines. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this figure. Let me know what you think of my review. Please leave a comment below. And if you like this video, I do appreciate it if you support the channel by hitting that like button. And if you still haven't, please hit that subscribe as well as the notification bell. You can also follow me on social media, links in the description below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.